Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. We're really diving into something interesting today.
Yeah.
It's James Bauer's His Secret Obsession, and I know a lot of you have been curious about this one.
It's definitely making the rounds, that's for sure.
So let's just jump right in.
Yep.
I think the core idea that really stands out in His Secret Obsession is this concept of the hero instinct, right?
Absolutely. And Bauer really hits on something, I think, when he talks about men having this innate drive
Yeah.
to feel needed and respected.
Okay.
Like they're essential in the relationship.
So we're not talking about literal superheroes here,
No.
right? It's more about like an everyday kind of heroism,
Right.
like
Yep.
feeling competent and appreciated by the woman they love.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more about tapping into that desire
Uh-huh.
to feel strong and capable in the eyes of their partner.
So it sounds like understanding this hero instinct could be like a secret weapon for building stronger relationships.
You could say that, yeah.
Because instead of getting frustrated when our partner doesn't seem to get it,
Yeah.
we can start to see things from their perspective
Right.
and speak to this deeper need they have.
It's almost like you get a new lens to view things through.
Okay, so how does this hero instinct actually play out in real life?
Well, let's say a man fixes something around the house.
Okay.
It might seem small, but expressing genuine appreciation, acknowledging his effort,
Yeah.
it can really go a long way.
You're making him feel like your hero.
Exactly, even in those little everyday moments.
So it's not about being helpless, needing rescuing.
No,
It's about recognizing and appreciating his contributions in a way that makes him feel valued.
exactly.
I like that.
And that's where I think Bauer's idea of secret signals comes in.
Okay.
These are specific ways of communicating, both with your words and actions,
Oh.
that tap into this hero instinct.
So he's saying it's not about manipulating men,
No, not at all.
but understanding their emotional language
It's more like you're learning their language.
and using it to build a deeper connection.
Yeah, and I appreciate that Bauer gives concrete examples,
That's good.
specific phrases, actions, even subtle shifts in how we communicate.
That can trigger this hero instinct.
Exactly.
So is it like a roadmap for women who want to understand men better and have more fulfilling relationships?
I think there's definitely something to be said for that.
Okay, I am definitely ready to dive into some of these secret signals
Yeah, let's do it.
and see how they work.
Let's get into it. Okay, so let's unpack some of these secret signals.
Yeah, let's get into it.
One that Bauer talks about is the glimpse phrase.
The glimpse phrase. Okay.
So imagine this. You're giving a man a little sneak peek into your true self.
Okay.
Like your passions or your vulnerabilities.
Mm-hmm.
You're revealing something authentic that sparks his curiosity
I like it.
and makes him want to know more.
It's kind of like a little mystery.
Exactly. It's creating intrigue, showing him there's more to you than meets the eye.
And not just putting it all out there right away.
Exactly. And this goes right back to the hero instinct.
Yeah.
By revealing a glimpse of your world, you're making him feel trusted and chosen.
Okay.
He's the one who gets to see this side of you.
I get it.
It's powerful.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and that feeling of being in the know,
Mm-hmm.
it can be incredibly attractive.
Okay, so what's another secret signal?
Well, how about the IOU signal?
Okay.
This one's all about changing the way you ask for help.
Okay.
Instead of just asking, you frame it in a way that
Mhm.
makes him feel appreciated for his unique skills.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So instead of saying, can you fix this?
Mm-hmm.
You might say, I could really use your help with this. You're so good at figuring things out.
So you're acknowledging his strengths
You got it.
and making him feel like he can come to the rescue,
Exactly.
which again feeds that hero instinct.
It does. It does.
I like how it makes him feel good about helping.
And that's the key. These signals aren't just about getting what you want. It's about making both partners feel good.
Wow.
When a man feels like he's fulfilling this heroic role,
Okay.
he's going to be more present, more engaged
It makes sense.
in the relationship.
Yeah, you create that positive feedback loop.
It's a win-win,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not manipulation. It's understanding what makes them tick.
And using that knowledge to build a better connection.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Bauer really emphasizes that every relationship is different.
Okay.
There's no magic formula.
Right.
It's about experimenting, observing, and adapting these techniques to what works for you.
Okay. Now I have to ask, this all sounds really good,
Hmm.
but are there any downsides to these secret signals?
That's a great question.
Would it backfire?
It's definitely important to be mindful.
Yeah.
Like anything, these techniques can be misused.
Right.
If they're not used authentically, they could come across as manipulative.
Okay.
You don't want that.
So it's not about tricking him. It's about understanding him and communicating in a way that feels good for both of you.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's about creating a win-win,
Okay.
where both partners feel heard and appreciated.
Well said.
Thank you.
Now, before we wrap up our deep dive into his secret obsession, I want to leave our listeners with something to think about.
Okay.
If, like Bauer says, men are hardwired with this hero instinct,
Mm-hmm.
what are some ways besides the specific secret signals that you can make your partner feel valued and appreciated?
It really is, isn't it? I think it's about recognizing what makes him feel like the hero of his own story.
Oh, I like that a lot. So
Yeah.
we're not trying to, like, force him into a box.
No, not at all.
But we're seeing him for who he is and appreciating the ways he's already amazing.
Exactly. Maybe it's his work ethic, his dedication to family, or even something like a hobby he's passionate about. By acknowledging and supporting those things, you're making him feel seen for who he truly is.
And creating a space for him to be vulnerable, too. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like where he feels safe, sharing his fears, doubts, dreams.
Without judgment. That's
Yeah.
huge.
Because real heroism isn't about being perfect. It's about having the courage to be yourself.
You got it. And when you create that kind of environment,
Yeah.
you help him step into his full potential.
Both as a partner and as a man.
Exactly.
So it's about celebrating his strengths,
Yes.
supporting his growth, and just being there for him.
Through thick and thin.
Making him feel like he can take on the world with you by his side.
And at the end of the day, I think that's what James Bauer is getting at in his secret obsession.
Okay.
It's not about tricks or manipulation.
Right.
It's about understanding what men really want in relationships
Mm-hmm.
and using that knowledge to build something better.
Something more connected.
It's about wanting to feel like a hero, not in some big dramatic way,
Yeah.
but in the small, everyday moments.
They make up a life together.
Exactly. And while his book gives us some helpful tools, I think the most important thing to remember is that every relationship is unique.
It is.
It's about being curious and open to learning.
And finding what works for you and your partner.
That's the key.
Well, this has been such a fascinating look at his secret obsession.
It really has.
I feel like we've uncovered some really valuable insights about men and relationships.
I agree.
And hopefully our listeners have a better understanding of how to connect with their partners on a deeper level.
That's the goal.
It's about speaking to those deeper needs
Yes.
and building a love that truly lasts.
Well said.
Thank you all for joining us on the Deep Dive.